Hello my friend and welcome to the testing video for the 2019 Super Convertible Challenge. So this challenge was pretty awesome because of your crazy creations and because of the crazy comments and long chats on Discord and about explaining the rules and so on. I had so much fun exploring your cars and watching them and testing them. It was absolutely amazing for me. The results, the numbers, the crazy attention to detail is pretty high level. I've never seen such crazy creations like in this challenge, because in previous challenge, yes, your cars were absolutely crazy, but in this challenge you have raised the bar in attention to details and in the styling, the badging, the colors, everything. So I really hope that you will enjoy this video with me exploring those cars. So of course, the total number of all the participants, of all the cars that got participated, is 57 cars, or are 57 cars. Unfortunately, 11 of those cars got disqualified because they have broken some of the rules, like the engineering time, the price limit, the seat arrangement, and so on. So for those 11 cars, better luck next time, my friends. Hope to see you in another challenge with more amazing creations like these ones and even more. But the remaining cars, the 46 remaining cars, I'm going to be only testing and picking the top 20 cars according to the total category points. So if you are wondering what is total category points, well, it's simple. If you create any car in automation game, and if you want to calculate your total category points, you need to add 8 individual categories. You need to add them together, which they are: you have the drivability, sport, comfort, prestige, safety, you have practicality and reliability, and final thing is eco. So all these 8 categories, you need to add them together and you will get a total number, and this number, it will determine if your car in the testing video or not. So I'm going to be picking the top 20 cars according to this total category points. And of course, my friends, I'm going to be testing them on a track, on a time lap, on, I think, on the handling circuit, on the automation test track, because the handling circuit is pretty amazing when you want to test the suspension, the grip, the power, and the braking power. All these things will be tested on this tiny track. And also because it's a short track, I don't want to spend so much or a long time driving them on a big fat track. I want to test them on a small compact track to see how the suspension is coping, what kind of grip I'm getting, and of course how the brakes are working. And of course, I hope that you will enjoy this video with me. So let's head to the track and see what's going on. Alright, so the first car that we are going to start with, it's called the Austral Roadster. That's the name of it. This thing has scored 392.4 total category points from its twin turbo V10 engine. It's a 3.8 liter engine, 501 horsepower. It goes from 0 to 100 in 4 seconds, and it's rear-wheel drive. Now the design of it, as you can see, looks absolutely amazing. Look at that front splitter, as you can see, the vents, the mounting points for the side mirrors, the rims. Look at the door handle, looks pretty sick. I love it. The rear, as you can see, antenna. There was hinges for the roof. Everything looks very cool. Look at that. We have parking sensors, review camera. Look at the badging, absolutely amazing. Looks very absolutely crazy. I love it. This thing is, the best starting and the best kicking off for any testing video. Looks pretty sick. So let's test it. It's rear-wheel drive, so I need to be careful not spinning out and crash it. So 1 minute 26.272. Nice start, nice beginning as well. So this thing actually corners pretty nicely if you are using the throttle very gently. If you smash the throttle, yes, you can spin out, you can slide, you can oversteer. This thing can oversteer really easy, but it's really controllable. I love the gearbox ratios are very cool. The suspension feels pretty tight and grippy. The tires are very grippy thanks to the suspension, and of course thanks to the tire compound itself. The brakes working perfectly. I'm really impressed. Best kickoff ever, which is really awesome, especially on a tight course like this. This is a big car. This is not really a tiny car, not a light car as well. It's a heavy car as well. So 1 minute 26. I'm impressed. Let's go and test the next one. Alright, my friends, so the next car is called the Corsica Predator CS. I'm testing the cars according to the the alphabet. So I started with the letter A. Now it's apparently it's C. So yeah, Corsica Predator CS, as I've mentioned, this thing has scored 402.1 total category points from its 2.6 liter inline 5 turbo, making 288 horsepower and 4.8 seconds from 0 to 100, and of course it's rear-wheel drive. As you can see, the design of it looks pretty similar to a modern MX-5, I think, and I think a Tesla also. The headlights reminds me of the Tesla. Yeah, so it's pretty nice. Looks very nice. I love it. The side, look at that beautiful black side line. Everything, the badging, the rear end, the exhaust point, everything is looking pretty sick on this thing. Very basic and very awesome as well. I'm pretty impressed by the looks of it. Looks pretty nice. I mean, a nice car that you really want to buy. You can't really just walk away from this car. I love it. I really do. So let's see how this 288 horsepower engine will cope. Nice start. It's much lighter. Wow, so 1 minute 27.762. This thing is really fun. I mean, look at the difference in horsepower. The previous car had 500 horsepower engine. This thing has only 288, but this one is more controllable, much more fun around corners. And yes, I know it's a little bit slower, but because of, I think, the lack of the horsepower, and because I did oversteer a little bit at the end, but this thing is really fun. I mean, I think if I go again, maybe I can get it to 126.8, 126.9, I think, but it's really fun. I love it. This thing is really light, really controllable, and looks good, drives good. I am genuinely impressed. Good work, my friend, indeed. Let's move on with the third car. Alright, so the third car that we have here, it's called the Emile Rome DTC. That's the name of it. This thing has scored 389.8 total category points from its 2.3 liter Boxer 4 turbo, making 341 horsepower, 4.7 seconds, and rear wheel drive. So the design of this thing, as you can see, looks pretty okay. It's pretty much futuristic, and basic. It looks, I mean, there is nothing really to talk about. The headlights are pretty unique. The taillights are even more unique, as you can see. There are some badging, the middle mounted exhaust, which is a really nice touch. Pretty normal. I mean, looks very, very normal with unique headlights and taillights. But the design, I mean, not much vents going on. I mean, there is a side vent here, but it looks pretty normal. It's not bad at all. So let's see how the performance is. This thing is an absolutely amazing car on short circuits and compact circuits like this one. The grip and the gearbox ratios, I mean, yes, there is some sort of a little bit of oversteer, but it's very, very controllable, very grippy. The suspension feels absolutely amazing. The engine is, I mean, for a Boxer 4, it's really nice. I didn't struggle for torque or horsepower, and speed was really nice. I'm very, very impressed. I mean, look at that. The time is telling you the truth. It may look pretty basic, but it drives really nice. I mean, really, really fun and really awesome on the track. I am genuinely impressed. Good work, my friend, indeed. Let's move on with the fourth car. Alright, so the next vehicle we have here, it's called the Gaupa Barum S RS. That's the name of it. This thing has scored, let's see, where is it on my book? 403.8 total category points from its 5-liter V10 turbo, making 521 horsepower, 3.9 seconds, and it's all-wheel drive. So speed, acceleration, and power is being taken care of. That's pretty nice. Now the styling, as you can see, it's pretty angry and subtle at the same time. I mean, look at the headlights. They are like normal, not angry and not happy, but the grille, the aggressive front, as you can see, bumper looks very, very aggressive. I love it, and it looks pretty, I mean, it looks pretty comfortable and pretty prestigious, but it's angry and sporty at the same time. So yeah, as you can see, we have parking sensors, quad exhaust tips, which is really awesome, chromey rims, which is pretty classic touch. And look at the brakes. I mean, look at the brake disc, the rear brake discs. They are really tiny. I really hope that we are we're not really going to struggle for brake cooling. So let's see how this thing will perform then. I mean, as you can see, it's this thing got 1 minute 25.167. For a moment, I thought this thing will be the slowest car because this thing suffers from understeer. I mean, really hard. I mean, you should really be careful with this, with the speed that you are arriving the corner with this car. If you arrive too quickly, you will understeer quickly and hit a wall. So you need to be extremely careful about what kind of speed you need to reach the corner. But in general, the engine feels really torquey, the gearbox ratios are really awesome, the brakes are acceptably good. I struggled a little bit with them, but they are not bad at all. Let's see what else. The styling, as I've mentioned, looks pretty sick. I love it. But as you can see, there's, I mean, we have the power, we have the all-wheel drive grip, but unfortunately there is a really big amount and noticeable amount of understeer. So this thing needs to be fixed. So it can be a track monster, or so it can, you know, perform better. But still, pretty nice effort indeed. 1 minute 25. Let's move on with the fifth car. Alright, my friends, so the next vehicle that we have here, it's called the Grande Muscolo. It's called the Grande Muscolo SGT, the Grande Muscolo. Alright, so this thing has scored 394.4 total category points. Let's see, from its 3.8 liter V10 turbo, making 431 horsepower and 4.4 seconds, and it's all-wheel drive. So as you can see, the styling is actually pretty awesome. I love it. Yes, it has very much or too much chrome on it, but it looks pretty sick. I'm not really sure if it's chrome or maybe aluminium, or maybe stainless steel. Who knows? But it looks chromy, but it's really nice. The person who could design this car, he really pulled it off. It's not bad looking at all. We have a hood scoop, and I'm not really sure what are these. Maybe window washers, I think. Who knows? So yeah, look at that fuel filler cap. It's a little bit too small and very close to the door. So yeah, when you fill it up, you will be definitely smelling the petrol or the fuel. And the rear is looking pretty sick. I mean, we have parking sensors on the front bumper, but no parking sensors on the rear bumper. I mean, what's the point? I mean, when I need to park it, it's difficult to reverse it, not to drive into things, because I can see from the front. But alright, I appreciate the effort. I love the exhaust arrangement, looks pretty awesome. Let's see how this thing will perform then. Alright, wow, very close to the first car. So this car here, the Grande Muscolo, I like the styling, I like the engine very much. The suspension is really awesome, the grip is really awesome as well, but unfortunately one tiny thing that I really didn't like with this car is the gearbox. The gearbox ratios are a bit you know, slacky. I mean, I want to shift it, but unfortunately the gear ratios are very quickly. You are suddenly maxed out with the RPM range, and you are coming into a corner, you need to shift down, it's not enough. You shift down even more, or you know, you shift down an extra gear, and then you are top of the range of the RPM range again, which is not really awesome. I'm not really sure if you understand what I'm saying, but as you have seen me driving, for example, I arrived into a corner, for example, on fourth gear. I need to slow down, shift into, shift down to third, and usually on every car it works. You can continue on third and you can have all the torque, all the power go back to fourth again. Unfortunately, with this car, you shift into third, no, the car bogs down. You shift into second to shoot the RPM range, and it will shoot all the way to the backs. That's not really awesome. So you need to stay on third, and third feels extremely heavy on this engine. So the gearbox ratios needs a little bit of work, but everything else, the suspension, the tires, the brakes, yeah, perfect. Don't touch them, just the gearbox, work on it, and this thing will be absolutely amazing. And it can be faster than this. With a proper gearbox, it will be much faster than this. So good work, my friend. Let's move on with the sixth car. Alright, my friends, the next car is called the High Stakes W8 Convertible. That's the name of it. This thing has scored 415.1 total category points, which is really high, from its 5.6 liter V8 turbo, 405 horsepower, and 4.5 seconds with all-wheel drive. 4.5 seconds from 0 to 100. Now, as you can see, the design of this thing looks actually pretty awesome. I really dig it. I mean, look at that. I'm not really sure what are these back there. I'm not really sure what are these. Really looks pretty unique back there. But from this angle here, I look at the exhaust and look at that fog rear light. Looks pretty sick. I love it. From the side, it's not bad really. The front is really awesome. I love it. I love the front. It looks like some sort of Bentley-ish. And look at the logo. It's like a Bugatti logo, which is really awesome. I love when I see special logos in automation games, because some people made some Toyota badges, some Renault badges, and some Bugatti, as you can see. Some of them did some BMWs, Audi. I mean, these things are doable in an automation game, which is really awesome to see them. I really like it. It looks very unique. I like unique cars when they are very appropriate. I love unique cars. And look at that parking sensors in this area here. Not bad at all. So let's see how it will perform. Wow, indeed. 1 minute 24.255. So this thing sounds amazing. I mean, I love the engine noise. The engine noise is like an Audi V8. Very similar to it. Also, the suspension is not bad. Suspension corners really nicely, but unfortunately it's a little bit wobbly. I think the dampers are a little bit too soft, and that makes the car, to wobble around corners. It's not really that bad. It's not, but it's a little bit annoying, to be honest with you. You can get used to it. You can actually make this wobble, make it to your advantage around corners. If you want to slide the car, make the all-wheel drive to drift with you, yes, you can take advantage of that wobble if you are really advanced, and if you pay really if you pay really close attention to the suspension when you drive, yes, you can take it to your advantage. But as everything else, the gearbox, the engine is really torquey, the gearbox is absolutely amazing. I love it. I really love this car, and it may look weird, but it definitely drives really awesome and really unique. I love it. I really do love it. Good work, my friend, indeed. Let's move on with the seventh car. Alright, my friends, so the next vehicle, it's called the HPcc. That's the name of it. This thing has scored 387.1 total category points from its 4.5 liter Boxer 6 turbo, making 647 horsepower and 2.9 seconds from 0 to 100. That's really quick from 0 to 100. It's all-wheel drive, obviously, and looks pretty awesome. Looks pretty, how can I say it? Pretty normal and striking to look at. Look at the front actually. Look at the front bumper. It's really basic, nothing really to look at. It's very flat from the front. I mean, no bumper action whatsoever, which is not bad really, but it feels boxy from the front really. But I like it. It's not bad at all. Look at the front splitter action here, aerodynamical magic. We have also a side vent on the rear, all-wheel drive badge. The rear is looking, oh, I love the rear. It's angry and look at me, I'm gonna be attacking every corner. This is how the rear is telling me. The exhausts are pretty nice as well, look at that. So that's pretty much, I love it. And the soft top adds like a nice touch. So can you imagine it without a roof? It will look very sick. It will look really awesome. The fat tires are a bit old school because this is 2019 and fat tires are really something from the past. I would really love to see this thing with, thinner tires, bigger rims, and different rims. These rims are not really, super convertible type. So let's see how to perform. No traction control. Whoa, that's crazy acceleration. This thing just flies. This thing is absolutely crazy. The power is just, immediate. This thing just grips nicely, but unfortunately the grip, it doesn't really feel enough. If this thing had like semi-slick tires, it will grip even harder. The power, it will save you, but unfortunately this thing suffers from a little bit of understeer. But don't worry, you can solve that by smashing your foot to the floor, and then the power will kicks in. You will oversteer, till the end of the tires, which is really awesome. I had so much fun. It's a little bit scary around tight corners, but if you control the throttle, if you control the steering, you will have so much fun. And as you can see, the results speak for themselves. 1 minute 23.753. Look at that, absolutely amazing. I had so much fun. Good work, my friend, indeed. Let's move on with the 8th car. Alright, my friends, so the next beast that we have here is called the Hydra NPR X2. This thing has scored 400 total category points exactly from its 4.6 liter V8 turbo, making 523 horsepower, 3.6 seconds from 0 to 100 with all-wheel drive. As you can see, this thing looks pretty awesome. Look at the angry front looks. I mean, look at that. Look at the X2 badge. What a unique badge indeed. I love the front end. It's really angry. It's really awesome. Look at those vents on the hood, and listen to the V8. Wow. And we have like a KFC badge on the side. I'm pretty sure I have some clue about the person who created this thing, especially on Discord. The exhausts are looking pretty awesome, but the housing, you know, as you can see, the red housing, I'm not really a fan with it. I mean, if the exhaust pipes are without the red housing, it, you know, would have looked much better. But I'm impressed. I'm genuinely impressed. So let's see how this thing will perform. Very short gears. So as you can see, it sounds pretty awesome. It looks very striking and angry, but unfortunately 1 minute 25. I tried to be really careful. This thing grips really nicely and corners really awesome. The engine is really torquey. The gearbox ratios are a bit too short. I mean, you know, too short for me. I would prefer a little bit longer gears, but it works nicely. Unfortunately, at the end of the last corner, maybe I think I had a little bit of understeer issues, but it's not bad at all. And as you can see, 1 minute 25 is saying this thing is a little bit heavy, but it works really nicely. It looks very good and it drives good. So job done, my friend, indeed. So let's move on with the 9th car. Alright, my friends, so the next car that we have here, it's called the Condor C300. That's the name of it. This thing has scored 407.2 total category points from its 3-liter V6 twin turbo, making 360 horsepower, 5.6 seconds from 0 to 100, and it's rear wheel drive. Yep. As you can see, the design of it is pretty basic, really, to be honest with you. It's not really what you call super. It looks like a really basic and normal convertible. As you can see, regular tail lights. Yes, they look a little bit angry. I love that. As you can see, parking sensors. The exhausts are a little bit weird, as you can see, but it's not bad at all. But it looks pretty basic. It's not really what you call super. I mean, there is nothing really, especially at the front. At the front, doesn't really say super. It does say convertible, but not really super. So let's hope the performance will change our minds. Oh, it's automatic. Alright. Not bad. So as you can see, its results are very obvious. I mean, a 300 horsepower V6, it's not bad if the car is light, but unfortunately it doesn't really feel that light. And also the automatic gearbox, I mean, there is nothing wrong with it. I mean, it shifts pretty quickly, especially in sports mode, but I think it kills lots of torque. And also I think with the manual gearbox I can control it much better. The suspension feels a little bit wobbly. The grip is nice, the car feels grippy, but understeers a little bit, especially at the last corner. Yes, it was understeer a little bit too hard, but I'm impressed. This thing may be a little bit slow, as you can see, slower than all of the cars, but it fits the profile. The car looks like a normal convertible with a V6, automatic gearbox, and 1 minute 31 for an automatic car, a heavy convertible with a V6. I'm very, very impressed actually. It's not bad at all. Good work. I mean, really good work, my friend, indeed. Let's move on with the 10th car. Alright, my friends, so the next car is called the Lessara Vedere Corsa. I think that's the name of it. Let me make sure. No badges back there. Alright, so the Lessara, I think, yes, the Lessara Corsa Vedere Corsa, that's the name of it. This thing has a 4-liter V8 twin turbo, 586 horsepower, 4.4 seconds, all-wheel drive, and this thing has scored 406.2 total category points, so it's not bad at all. As you can see, the design actually looks pretty awesome, very elegant, looks like a luxurious convertible. As you can see, it's really long. It looks very elegant. As you can see, the front is just screaming luxury. Look at me, I'm a comfortable, luxurious convertible car with a beautiful sounding V8. I love it. I really, really do. I love those big, long cars. They look pretty awesome. Really awesome. Alright, so let's see how this thing will perform. Looks good, and hopefully it should drive good in theory. Wow, it's automatic. So as you can see, it's not bad, but yeah, as you can see on the last corner, yeah, it was very, very close from hitting the walls, unfortunately. Yeah, this thing suffers a little bit from understeer, which is not really, trustful, or not really what you call helpful around a test track, as you can see. But for a big long cars, a heavy car with a V8 up front, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. 1 minute 26. I was expecting this thing to be even slower than this. I mean, 1 minute 28. I was thinking, but the gearbox, it's an automatic gearbox, but it was shifting very, very nicely, very quick, which is really good. The engine is torquey, surprisingly well balanced. I love it. The suspension is not bad. It's not really that wobbly, but as you have seen before, suffers from understeer. So I love it, but needs different suspension components and different suspension tune. The brakes are not bad, the tires are not bad, but yeah, understeer, my friend. So you need to fix that. But good work. I love the looks of it. I love how it drives, but it needs a little bit of extra attention. So let's move on with the 11th car. Alright my friends, so the next vehicle, it's called the MG Veloster, that's the name of it. This thing has scored 401.9 total category points from its 4.5 liter V8 turbo, making 362 horsepower, 4.4 seconds from 0 to 100, and it's all-wheel drive. Yeah, obviously it's a flat plane V8. As you can see, looks pretty futuristic and super sporty. As you can see, some people don't like this styling, but it's not bad. It's really actually good. I like it. It's a little bit too angry and too goopy. I mean, I really don't like the grill. The grill is too big, but the front lip or the front splitter looks pretty sick. The headlights, I love them. Those slashes were integrated with the indicators. I love that as well. The hood scoop, nice touch. The side, I love this thing as well. The rear, it's a little bit too unique, but I like it. And I love the exhaust note. Listen to that. Parking sensors, pretty nice. So let's see how it will perform. That's nice. Wow, indeed, 1 minute 22.994. That was really awesome. Actually, this thing is really grippy. I love the grip. I mean, the grip of in this car feels effortlessly. Really, I'm not really. That was a little bit weird for me. Effortlessly. Yeah, you know what I mean. So yeah, the tires are not really struggling to get grip. I love the suspension tune. Feels very stable and very really good. The steering is really precise, really immediately. I mean, whenever you point the car in any direction, it will follow the steering. It will not understeer at all, which is really awesome. I love it. I really love the suspension tune on this car. The engine, it may be a little bit low on horsepower against the previous monsters, but it doesn't really feel weak. It feels really torquey, really nice, and sounds really good. I love it. I really do love this car. So perfect work. I love it. Good work, my friend, indeed. Let's move on with the next car. Alright, my friends, so the next vehicle, it's called the Myzeed GT 650C. That's the name of it, as you can see. Let's see, where is it? This thing has scored 397.4 total category points from its 5.5 liter V10 turbo, making 650 horsepower, 3.4 seconds from 0 to 100, and it's all-wheel drive, of course. Now, the design looks pretty sick. I love it. I mean, there are not many fixtures up front, headlights, middle grille, and 2 vents, 2 indicators, but the end results and the combined results looks pretty awesome. Very elegant. Let's see, the side also looks very elegant. I love the grille with integrated, as you can see, badging. The door handle looks a little bit, the door handle doesn't really feel luxurious. It feels like a Toyota, door handle, or Nissan. Also, the door mirrors or the side mirrors, they look like for those side mirrors from pickup trucks. Yeah, so the door handles, the side mirrors needs to be changed if you want to, you know, complete the package of beauty. The rear is looking like a Mercedes, an AMG GT, I think. Looks very, very similar to it. I love it. I really do love the rear end. Absolutely awesome. Look at those shark tails, you know, the rear diffusers on the sides. They look pretty sick. I love attention to details. Wow, I really cannot wait to test this thing. Whoa. Acceleration is very smooth and hard. Whoa, 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 whoa. Sorry about that. So, yes, 1 minute 25.1, as you can see. It's not really the quickest one. It was a little bit all over the place. I mean, for a moment, it feels really grippy, really nice, and when you put your foot down, this thing loses control. Not oversteering and not understeering, but it feels all over the place. It wants to crash, and you need to tame it. You need to tame the beast up front. I love the design. I love the engine. The suspension feels a little bit too wobbly and not really controllable. The tires, yes, this thing definitely needs maybe wider tires, maybe thinner tires. You need to figure it out, my friend. Because as I've mentioned, it's a little bit grippy and sometimes it does oversteer, sometimes it does understeer, so it's all over the place. Needs a little bit extra attention, but the engine, gearbox, I love them. The styling is pretty awesome. Good work, my friend, indeed. But as I've mentioned, suspension, tires, yeah, get your game on with these things. So good work. Let's move on with the next car. Whoa, this is a loud car. Hopefully you are hearing me, I think. So the next car, it's called the nitrogen convertible. This thing has scored 385.1 total category points, 5-liter V10 naturally aspirated, 610 horsepower, 3.8 seconds from 0 to 100, and it's all-wheel drive. So it's very loud, as you can hear, which is not really appropriate for a super convertible. Looks pretty decent, very basic but decent. Yeah, very, very basic, really basic, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all. So let's see. right, since we can hear right now. As you can see, the car looks pretty basic. The engine is absolutely amazing. I love the engine, but unfortunately it's too loud for a super convertible car. I mean, convertible cars, you need to open the roof and enjoy the scenery. You can hear the exhaust, but this car sounds like a racing car. The exhaust note on this thing, it's like an exhaust, a racing exhaust note, which is not really appropriate. No one will buy this car because it's too loud, even when it's idling. Can you imagine firing up this car in the morning, I mean early morning, to warm the engine while the neighbors are sleeping? I mean, everyone will complain. Everyone will call the cops on you because it sounds really loud. It's like a project car. It's like someone bought this car second hand and he decided to put like a straight through or a straight pipe exhaust on it. Looks not bad really. I love the styling, although it's a little bit too basic, but it's not bad. The engine sounds very crazy. The engine is powerful, torquey. The gearbox ratios are very perfect. I love them. The suspension tune is really good. I love it. The tires works. The brakes are working. I love it. But the exhaust, my friend, needs to be a little bit quieter if you want to sell this car as a convertible car. So thank you so much. Good work. And now let's move on with the next car. And yeah, I'm really happy. Third place. That tells you that how good the suspension and the tires on the engine and everything else. The car is really good, but needs to be a little bit quieter. So let's move on. Alright, my friends, so the next car, it's called the Regal Velocity. That's the name of it. This thing has scored 391.5 total category points from its 4.6 liter Boxer 6 turbo, making 640 horsepower, 4.1 seconds from 0 to 100, and it's all-wheel drive. So as you can see from the front, this thing looks pretty nice. Actually, it's not bad at all. The side is looking very decent. Nothing really wrong with it. The rear is pretty angry and muscular. I love that for a convertible car. I love those vents on the hood. They look very awesome, or the bonnet, whatever you want to call it. It's quiet, and we can hear the exhaust. We can hear the turbo also. Not bad. So let's see how to perform. It's automatic. Whoa, acceleration is really hard. I love the acceleration. Wow, that was a fast automatic car. I'm really impressed. 600 horsepower plus automatic. The styling is really good. I love it. Drives really nicely. It's really controllable. Although the gearbox is struggling on some corners, keeping the max RPM, revving up the engine at the max without shifting up. This is typical automatic mistakes. So I prefer a dual clutch or maybe manual in this car to make it more sporty. But can you imagine 600 horsepower plus and automatic? I mean, you are driving very smoothly on the road, and when suddenly someone wants to overtake you, or if someone is bothering you, just put your foot hard down, let the turbos to spool really hard, and 600 horsepower way to go, which is really awesome. I love these cars and automatic cars, that they look very it's boring, and when you put your foot down they will fly. This car is fitting this profile very nicely. It's not really boring to look at, but it's also not really that bonkers to look at. But I love the styling. It's you know, in the middle, which is really awesome. Good work, my friend, indeed. All right, let's move on with the next car. All right, so the next vehicle that we have here, it's called the Romulo, I think RVS or RV5, I think RVS. This thing has scored 389.7 total category points from its 5-liter V10 turbo, making 612 horsepower, 3.5 seconds from 0 to 100, and all-wheel drive. So as you can see, the design is also pretty simple. As you can see, the grille is in the middle, a badge in the middle also. As you can see, big headlights, big fog lights, simple front lip. Side is pretty decent, not bad at all. The side mirrors, I'm not really impressed with the side mirrors, you know, mounting place. I'm not really impressed with it. Let's see, the rear is looking also normal, nothing really special about it, but I love it. It's fairly simple, but you know, this thing doesn't really feel luxurious. I mean, where's the rear view camera? Where are the parking sensors? Like no badging on the side. All these things, you know, will add more, you know, more amazing looks. And also look at the front lip. It's not really complete. It's just you know, up there, and that's it. No more front lip. I think the factory ran out of fiberglass or whatever material they are using, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all. And yeah, with an open top. And I would really love if you can paint this area here, the windshield housing, if you can paint it with the same color of the car. So when the roof is down, I mean, this will look also yellow, the same color as the car. It will look much better. Now it feels like cheap plastic. This thing feels like a detachable front windshield, which is not really, you know, which is not really super. So let's see. Whoa, understood. So as you can see, 1 minute 25, which is, you know, pretty predictable for this car performance. Big engine feels a little bit laggy. The turbos are, you know, I don't know, are taking a little bit too long to spool, but they're not really that annoying. The gear ratios are not bad as well. The suspension feels really wobbly, and the car understeers hard. I don't like that. I really hate understeer. I mean, even oversteer sometimes. If the car oversteers really hard, it's not bad. You can control it with less throttle, but a car that can understeer, you need to go really slow so you can take a corner, which will ruin your lap time, which is not really what you call sport, to be honest with you. Yes, the engine is really powerful. Yes, the car is quick in a straight line, but unfortunately the understeer kills the fun around corners. The brakes are not bad. The tires feels grippy, but the understeer, my friend, you need to fix the understeer and also you need to add some extra fixtures on the car to make it more, you know, beautiful to look at. It's not bad now, but you know, with extra things on it, it will look even better. So good work, my friend, and you know, get your game on tuning this thing, to make it more perfect. All right, so let's move on with the next vehicle. All right, my friends, the next vehicle that we have here, it's called the Suros ST5. That's the name of it. So this car has scored 395.3 total category points from its 5-liter V8 turbo, making 650 horsepower, 3.3 seconds from 0 to 100, and it's all-wheel drive. Now, as you can see the styling of it, this thing has a massive grille, which feels like a pickup truck, an American pickup truck, which is not really what you call sporty. Also, the headlights are tiny. The fog lights feels like they were put on later when the car finished and rolled off the production line. I think they thought, ooh, let's put some fog lights on it, which doesn't really feel luxurious, to be honest with you. Also, the wipers, they are there, and I really appreciate that you want to hide the wipers, but they feel weird, to be honest with you. But it's not bad. It feels like a performance vehicle. Oh, look at that! The indicators on the side mirror, this doesn't really feel luxurious, to be honest with you. The rear is not bad at all, the rear, but the front needs a little bit of attention. The side also needs a little bit of attention, really. Oh, and look at the brakes. Where are the brakes? Look at the rear brakes, the rear discs. They are really tiny. Oh, I really hope that we are not really going to struggle with this thing. Oh my god, Wow, oh my goodness, 1 minute 20 seconds. I am genuinely impressed. Wow, I've never thought this thing would be the quickest one. 1 minute 20. I mean, I was really focused on it. There were some mistakes, like some understeering mistakes. I'm not really sure if they are by me or by the car, but this thing actually performs like a masterpiece, to be honest with you. The styling, it needs some attention, the styling, but the performance, I'm really impressed. I mean, you could control all the 600 horsepower, you could control it easily without any extra effort. The engine feels really good, sounds really good, the gearbox ratios are really perfect. The brakes are not bad, to be honest with you, but if this thing had better brakes, more grippier brakes, it would have been much better. And the styling needs a little bit of attention. So I am genuinely impressed. 1 minute 20 seconds. Oh, that's really awesome, my friend. Good work indeed. Good work. Let's move on to the next vehicle then. Alright, my friends, so the next vehicle, which sounds very quiet, and I really like that, it's called the TABZ DASH6. That's the name of it. This thing has scored 403.1 total category points from its 4.7 liter V10 turbo, making 650 horsepower, also 3.9 seconds, and it's all-wheel drive. As you can see, the styling looks very subtle and very awesome. I love the sporty, subtly, looks. Look at that. We have a front camera, which is really awesome. I love that. And the hood, we have those. Oh, look at those beautiful vents. Amazing touch. I love it. The wipers are nice. 4.7 badge on the side. Vent door handles are looking pretty normal. The side mirror, my friend. I mean, everything else is looking perfect, but the side mirrors, I'm not really impressed with those. And look at that, we have like headlights washers, which is a very very cool touch. I love the rims. They're looking very sporty. The rear is also very sporty and angry. Look at me, I'm a sports car. Awesome. And look at that triangular, triple exhaust. I really love it. Looks like an LFA exhaust, I think, ish, but it's not bad. And open the roof, and it will look absolutely amazing. Wow. Wow, so 1 minute 23.570. That's not bad. That's really quick. I am genuinely impressed by this thing. It looks very, very good, very subtle and very sporty, and it drives hard. Very, very awesome work, my friend, indeed. So good work, and let's move on with the next vehicle. Alright, my friends, so the next vehicle is called the Tornado Convertible. This thing has scored 386.8 total category points from its 4.4 liter V8 turbo, 649 horsepower, 3.6 seconds from 0 to 100, and it's all-wheel drive. So as you can see, the front is looking, I don't know, some sort of thing, thing front bumper. Doesn't really say super, but doesn't really look that bad also. Unfortunately, there are like no front aerodynamical features, and the ride height of this car is too high. This thing feels like a crossover vehicle. It's not really what you call a super convertible. Look at the ride height, or the gap between the road and the car. This is massive. Wow. So let's see how to perform then. That's not bad, really. 1 minute 22.420. Oh, that's really not bad. I'm genuinely impressed. The suspension feels really like a boat. It's really hard and not hard. It's really high off the ground, which is not really sporty, but it's not bad. It's not bad. It's coping very well. The suspension does. It's not really wobbly at all. The dampers are working as they should be. Although the ride height is too high for a sport or a super sedan. But I'm genuinely impressed by the performance of this thing. The engine sounds really good. Gearbox ratios are perfect. The brakes are not bad, but this thing can or could use better brakes, and of course lower ride height, and of course smaller rims. The rims are too big, and the wheels are too big for this car. Of course, a little bit smaller, maybe, you know, and a less of a single inch. It would serve the car much better, and your lower ride height. Yeah, it would be perfect. So good work, my friend. Let's move on to the next car. All right, my friends. So the next vehicle, it's called the TurboL, I think Z12. That's the name of it. 60 Miami. Wow, that's a long name. So this thing has scored the highest total category points in this challenge, which is 426.1 total category points. The highest car with the highest total category points, which is really awesome. 6-liter V12 turbo, making 647 horsepower, and of course 3.2 seconds from 0 to 100. So it's pretty quick also from 0 to 100. Now the styling of it is actually pretty decent. I like it. Has I don't know, as you can see, quad headlights, or no, two headlights, and those are indicators. Let me check. Where is the button? Here we go. Yes, indicators, as you can see, which is really awesome. Side indicators, and look at the rear. The rear is looking pretty unique as well. Very unique. I like it. Wow, really like it. Look at the size of the door. The door is just huge. Wow, and the front tires are really wide. The rear tires are even wider. That is really awesome. Multi-link rear suspension. Job done. I really do love this thing. Look at the rear suspension, the multi-link. Wow, absolutely crazy. I love the latest automation update. Alright, so let's see how this beast will perform. V12. Full clutch. Oh my god, look at that. So the car with the highest total category points is the fastest. Oh my goodness. So the car with the highest total category points, which they are 426.1, is also the quickest one around this course. Absolutely crazy. This is the first time ever that happened, which is the best car is also the fastest car. Wow, I am genuinely impressed. I'm smiling. I'm really smiling hard because this is the first time ever that happens. I mean, perfect. perfect work, perfect score. Can you imagine a test, a math test, or a a chemistry test, and this guy that has created this car has scored the perfect score, full mark in creating the best car and the quickest car. I mean, I'm speechless. Wow, wow indeed. Let's move on with the final car from the top 20 cars. Alright my friends, this is the final car from the top 20 cars. This thing is called the WMC Grandeur, I think, 600 GTC DPC, I'm not really sure. So yeah, that's the name of it. As you can see, it looks pretty elegant. As you can see, very elegant. I'm not really kidding. And look at that, even the license plate says elite, so it's really elite and elegant. I love it. Feels like a luxurious convertible. The door, as you can see, is a little bit smaller than usual, but it's not bad because there are 2 seats at the back, I think. So yeah, it fits the profile nicely. The rear is also looking pretty prestigious and pretty luxurious. Not really sporty, but prestigious and luxurious, which I really like that. Look at the indicators down there, the side. Look at the indicator on the side also. Not bad at all. Look at the front indicators. Love it indeed. So this car has scored 398.9 total category points, 6-liter V12 turbo, 621 horsepower, 3.2 seconds from 0 to 100, and of course all-wheel drive. Alright, so 1 minute 22.3. Very nicely and very quick as well. I am genuinely impressed. Those couple of final cars are really awesome. So I think our winner is pretty obvious. But before we close this video and pick our winner, I want to show you the prettiest car in this challenge. All of these 20 cars, all of the top 20 cars are really good, really awesome. They drive like true beasts, absolutely crazy beasts. But I want to show you the winner of the beauty prize for this challenge. Not performance, not total category points, no, none of that nonsense. Just beauty and a cool attention to details. So take a look at this. Alright my friend, now this is the prettiest car in this challenge and the winner of the beauty prize for this challenge. Look at that. The name of this beauty here, it's called the Aurora. As you can see, it's written up front, the Aurora, I think. Look at that. The badge says it all. As you can see, 16. So it's obviously what kind of engine is in this thing. Look at that. Look at the front. Look at the side. Absolutely crazy. Look at the V16 badge on the side. Absolutely amazing. The attention to detail that was put to this thing is just beautiful. Look at look at the grill, or look the vents on the hood. Wow, just look at that side skirts, look at the rims. The rear is just awesome. Look at that 16. It's lit. You can actually brake, and the 16 it will lit up. Whoa, that is really amazing. Look at the exhaust. Beautiful. So I'm gonna take a quick drive, or a slow, amazingly enjoyable drive up to the podium so we can choose our winners. Alright my friends, so these are the winners of the 2019 Super Convertible Challenge. You have the best car and the quickest car around the handling course, or the handling circuit on the automation test track, which is this, scoring 426.1 total category points and 1 minute 20 seconds point something, which is the quickest time here, as you have seen. It's called the TurboL Z12-60 Miami. That's the name of it. Has a 6-liter V12 turbo, 647 horsepower. Congratulations, my friend, on winning this challenge and for creating a masterpiece. A very, very quick car, good looking car, and also the best car when it comes to figures, to scientific figures. This car is really drivable, very sporty, very comfortable. Suspension is really awesome. It's efficient, it's practical, it's reliable, it's very safe, it's very prestigious. So it's perfect in every single way, and it's the quickest around that handling course, which is really, really awesome. Good work, my friend, indeed. And of course, the second winner for creating the prettiest cars and for putting the longest and the hardest amount of attention to detail in a single car, which is this, the Aurora long tail, I think. Yes, the Aurora long tail, which is really, really awesome. Even the name is just special. I love it. So this thing didn't score as high as that car, and it's not really as quick as that car, but it's sure one of the prettiest looking cars. The attention to detail is just not stopping in any way. Look at that. I mean, whenever you look at it, and as you can see in white, in this color in white, this car looks even more breathtaking. I mean, I love it. I really do love it. I mean those brake calipers in orange, they're not really looking that bad, but in white or black, with this white color, this white paint, looks sick. So congratulations, my friend, also on winning the beauty prize. You will also get the same prize as the winner of this challenge also, but of course after I fix my computer so I can give you the files. So good work, my friends, and congratulations. You guys did the best cars in this challenge. You have beaten everyone in performance and in looks. Good work, my friends, and of course better luck to all the other cars that got disqualified. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit long video, but I had so much fun exploring and testing those cars. So don't forget to hit that thumbs up, get subscribed, share the video if you want to share it, and of course check out my Patreon page, the link in the description below, if you want to support the channel, if you want to download the prize of winning this challenge, and of course if you want to download all of my special cars like the V16 Queen, like the Toyota AE86, and much more crazy things like behind the scenes, 4K wallpapers, and much more. So thank you so much, guys, for watching, and of course don't forget that your support, by signing up, you will give me more motivation to do more challenges, more videos, and much more crazy contents on this channel. And of course, signing up means I can upgrade this channel with for example, better microphone, better components, and so on. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this challenge and you enjoyed this video. I'll be posting soon I'm voting on the next challenge, so stay tuned for that, and don't forget to vote on that. All of my social media things like Discord, Instagram, Snapchat, and so on, all of these things are in the description below if you want to chat with me, if you want to send me something, if you want me to test your car, and so on. So thank you so much guys for watching. I will see you very soon, and goodbye for now, my friends.